The workday had stretched on interminably, each hour heavier than the last. Exhaustion clung to me, my nerves frayed from the relentless demands of the office. All I craved was the sanctuary of home, a chance to shed the weight of the day and sink into calm. But as I crossed the threshold of my house, an unexpected jolt awaited, poised to unravel my world in moments. Lisa was sprawled on the sofa, her gaze fixed on her phone, fingers dancing across the screen. She didn't look up as I entered, a subtle but jarring departure from routine. Normally, her phone was an extension of her hand, but tonight, the air felt charged with something unspoken. I brushed it aside, chalking it up to my own fatigue, and kicked off my shoes, letting my bag slump to the floor. "Everything all right?" I asked, aiming for nonchalance despite the faint unease curling in my chest. She didn't answer right away, her eyes still tethered to the glowing screen. After a beat, she placed the phone down and met my gaze, her face a blank mask. "Just worn out, I suppose," she said, her voice flat. I nodded, but her words rang hollow, failing to dispel the nagging sense that something was amiss. I let it pass, unwilling to probe further just yet. But as the evening unfolded, her distant demeanor gnawed at me, a quiet signal of trouble beneath the surface. Later, as we prepared for bed, I noticed her phone abandoned on the coffee table. I picked it up, intending to check something innocuous, but a notification froze me in place. A name I didn't know flashed on the screen, paired with words that twisted my gut. "I can't get you out of my mind. I need you tonight." My pulse surged, a cold dread seeping through me. This wasn't a casual message from a friend. This was something intimate, urgent. I opened the conversation, desperate for context, but before I could read more, Lisa emerged from the hallway, her voice slicing through the silence. "What are you doing with my phone?" Her tone was sharp, edged with a nervous quiver. I looked at her, my heart pounding against my ribs. "Who is this?" I asked, struggling to keep my voice even as anger simmered beneath. She stepped closer, her eyes catching the message on the screen. For a fleeting moment, guilt shadowed her face, but she quickly masked it with defiance. "It's nothing," she said too quickly, her pitch betraying her. "Just a coworker. It's not a big deal." Her dismissal only fueled my suspicion. "Don't lie to me, Lisa," I said, my voice turning icy. "I'm not an idiot. What's going on?" She faltered, her gaze flickering away, then exhaled heavily and sank onto the couch, as if resigning herself to a long-dreaded confession. "All right," she said, her voice low but steady. "It's not nothing. I've been seeing someone else. I've been unfaithful." Her admission hit like a physical blow, stealing my breath. For a moment, I couldn't speak, the sting of betrayal sharper than I'd imagined. But I forced myself to stay composed. "You've been what?" I whispered, needing to hear it again to grasp its reality. "I've been with someone else," she repeated, her tone eerily calm, as if recounting a mundane fact. "I didn't mean to hurt you, but it's been going on for some time." Silence stretched between us as I processed her words, staring at the woman I thought I knew. "Why?" The question tore from me, raw and unguarded. "Why would you do this?" She shrugged, her nonchalance cutting deeper than her confession. "I don't know," she said. "I was restless. Things between us weren't working anymore. You made me feel something new, something exciting. I don't expect you to get it, but this is me now. Accept it or don't." Her cold detachment ignited a fire in me, fury, grief, and disbelief colliding. But then clarity cut through the haze. I wasn't going to crumble under her indifference. "No," I said, my voice steady and resolute. "Not here. Not in my life. If this is who you are, we're finished." Her lips curled into a faint, mocking smile. "You can't control me," she retorted, her words laced with challenge. "You never could." I didn't hesitate. Moving with purpose, I strode to the bedroom, gathered her belongings, and dumped them in the living room. "If this is the person you want to be her somewhere else," I said. "I'm done with you." She rose, her eyes blazing with indignation. "You're throwing me out?" she snapped. "You think you can just toss me aside like this?" I held her gaze unyielding. "Yes, I don't want someone like you in my life. You made your choice, now deal with it." Her face contorted with frustration, but she offered no rebuttal. She snatched her bags and stormed out. the door slamming behind her with a force that reverberated through the now silent house. I stood rooted in place, a torrent of emotions washing over me: anger, sorrow, relief, and above all a sense of closure. The woman I'd loved, the one I thought I'd known, had dismantled our life with a few careless words. But I refused to let her define my future. That night, I slept alone, the bed vast and empty. Yet for the first time in months, a quiet strength settled over me. The chaos of the day, the sting of betrayal, they no longer held me captive. I was free to rebuild, to reclaim my life on my own terms.